In this lesson, I'm going to show you guys how to use the Illustrator's Pathfinder tools to create an additive color wheel. First, I'm going to place a template. First thing, it's probably worth noting that since I'm creating an additive color wheel, which uses the colors red, green, and blue, I want to be in RGB color mode. And you do that by going to File, Document Color Mode, and choose RGB. So I'm going to place this reference image that I found. Just place it on here. And I'm going to open up my layers. And I'm just going to call this template because I'm going to lock it. Alright. So you see, essentially I'm dealing with 3 circles here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ellipse tool, and I'm going to create a new layer. And I'm just going to create a circle that's about the right size. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the fill and stroke, so I'm just dealing with a shape. So that's about the right size. So I'm going to create 2 more of these. I'm just going to copy and paste because I want the exact same size. And I'm just going to put these into place. So it might be a little confusing because they're all, once they don't have a stroke or fill applied to them, so they look like they're not there. But if I drag over the whole thing, you can see that they're all in place. So I'm just going to take 2 of these, and I'm going to go open the Pathfinder, which looks like this, or you can also go to Window and Pathfinder. So these are your different options right here. And the ones we're going to be looking at here are the ones on top first. So you can either, obviously if I hit Unite, that's going to basically take these 2 circles. Here, let's actually add a fill so it's a little bit easier to see. Oops. So now you see if I hit Unite, it's going to create one big shape, right? The option is to minus, which will take the topmost layer and subtract it from the bottommost one. So there you go. Intersect will take the shape that is overlapping, and exclude will do the opposite, right? But what I want to do is I want to break these apart into separate objects. So I'm going to go to this one on the bottom row, and that's called divide. So now when I do that, and I take, they're actually separated into 3 different objects, which is exactly what I want. Because then I'm going to, in turn, reselect those, and then select the other one, and I'm going to do that one more time. Right? Let's get rid of the fills on all of them. So now these are all different objects. So now I can actually go in, and I'm going to fill these with the right colors. So I'm just going to open swatch library, and I'm going to go to default swatches, basic RGB. Alright, so let's go to layers and just turn off that template layer. Right? And I'm just going to put a stroke around these so it's a little easier to see. Alright, so if I turn this layer on and off, I see that topmost one needs to be red. So I'm just going to go through and select this topmost one, and I'm going to select red as the fill. And then this one, I believe, was blue, so I'm going to select that one and fill it with blue. And I'm removing the black stroke as I go along. So this one's going to be green, which means this one is going to be, let's just make sure I'm getting it right. Okay, so this is going to be cyan. This one is going to be yellow. Oops. And the center one is going to be white. So there you see, I have, let's create a new layer behind it, and I'm just going to create a black square so we can see our result. And I made a stroke by mistake. So now you can see, when I click this on and off, there's our template, and there's our result.